Alright, motherfuckers. Welcome back to the Madden podcast thingy. So, I have a friend joining me, but he's currently taking the piss. So, I'm gonna take care of some in-game shit. So, set season goal. Um, let's just do whatever the fuck, like, the most shit. Yeah, passing touchdowns for 30. That's good. Just because, like, you set a higher goal, I think you get more shit. So, we got a message from the cancer kid. So I tried really hard to tell my friends that you need time to develop, but they're not buying what I'm selling. So yeah, I'm going to need you to do something amazing out there against the Broncos this week. My social life depends on it. Guarantee a win or break a rookie record. I can't talk. Let's do guarantee a win. That's easy. Everybody loves a winner, right? Alright, fine. Beat the Denver Broncos. How hard can that be? I will say this now. Now that we're in the regular season, quarters are back up to 15 minutes. So we're going to get some fucking AIDSy scores. But that's okay. I'm just simulating the training because at this point it's just going to take too long. So, yeah. Alright, let's upgrade that, I guess. And my friend will be joining me in a second.
Welcome to the Smelly Anus Podcast.
And we're only 2 minutes in and we're already off the rails.
I'm your co-host, Ludachish.
So yeah, you may know him by many names. You see him in my comment section of my videos quite often. Honestly, my best friend in the entire world. Dylan, glad to have you on the podcast.
I'm glad to be here, brother. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here in the MetLife Center, brother. That's a
Right.
Hulk Hogan reference.
Yes, for all you unenlightened out there.
Yee!
My first play,
reference.
OK Boomer hits the field with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter, and we're down by 7. Let's see what he can do.
I bet you he can score a touchdown and probably touch some buttholes on the way to doing it.
He got a good pass, because he got a good pass, and now it's first and goal, so that's pretty elite.
First and goal, Raiders. You are still on the Raiders, right?
Yes. And it's a touchdown for OK Boomer.
Touchdown, Raiders. The quarterback from Oklahoma. Am I doing a good impression of the commentary guys?
A way better impression than the commentary guys.
Super secret hint for Madden 20. If you play a career and you just use the Bills and you fucking absolutely go off with Frank Gore, the next game you play, Jonathan Coachman's gonna start off the introduction, the pregame shit. He's just gonna go, Gore!
I don't know why I'm playing defense. This is pretty stupid. On the QB.
Because you like to fuck quarterbacks.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that statement.
Up.
Alright, that
like
all
to fuck
confirmed.
them up. The ass. Ha! You like to fuck the ass. Just kidding.
So, Dylan, you got
And
a
even-
specific topic that you wanted to talk about on this podcast, and why don't you mind
Could you
bringing that up
remind
for
me
the
what the
people?
topic was? Was it anal hemorrhaging?
No, it was. Although that could be next week's topic.
Alright, we'll save that for next week.
Those guys.
That
went
gives me
into
a
the-
week to
Hold on.
That gives me a week to research what hemorrhaging is.
That So the Broncos QB goes for a pass, right? Both my Raiders defensive back friend and the receiver went out of bounds into the crowd barrier, and they went through that shit. They literally went through the barrier.
Interesting.
No, the topic was premium Snapchats.
Ah, yes. Oh, they're probably bullshit. I wouldn't know. I've never bought one, but I assume it's bullshit.
Do you run one?
No, but I should. I could probably make some money on the side just selling my ass pics. I am dummy thing.
For anyone wondering out there, now you know.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Like, all these porn bitches are like, buy my premium stat and see me naked. It's like, bitch, you're on Pornhub. There's like 1,000 videos of you getting fucked in every hole imaginable. I don't need to pay to see that.
This is going so
And
much better
even-
than I thought it would.
Even if you weren't on Pornhub, I would never pay to see somebody naked, because that's pretty much prostitution, and that's illegal.
Alright, we're 8 minutes into the third quarter, and OK Boomer is back on the field.
Like, come on, man. I ain't paying for these bitches on 5th and Lincoln, you know what I'm saying?
Yee.
Like, have some class about you, man. You're just feeding into those weird people, and then they go turning around. Rape culture's such a problem. No shit, you're enabling it, dumbass.
Holy shit. Oh, this is awesome.
When you give the creepers an option to pay $5 to see your tits, it's gonna happen. It's just bound to happen. Like, at least makes people work for it, man. A real man takes a woman out on a date, shows her a good time, and then tries to get in her pants.
Retweet. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Guess that's pretty much all I had to say about premium snaps.
Alright, well, I just fucking
Oh,
fast
I
forwarded through
wonder
my
if-
game, and now it's 19-21 Raiders. And the
you
Broncos
winning?
have the ball.
okay, so you're winning, but the other team has the ball.
Yeah, this is fucked.
Uh-oh. Well, the last thing I have to say on premium snaps is, if you're wondering what's on somebody's premium snap, there's a good chance you can just find the content on Reddit. So if you're wondering, just go on Reddit, put the chick's name in, and you'll probably find the shit. Don't spend the money.
And that's words to live by right there.
You can find so much more porn on Reddit than like anywhere else.
Alright, well,
Not
the
that I
Raiders,
would know.
the Raiders gave up that touchdown to the Broncos, so now it's up to OK Boomer to take back the lead.
Well, looks like
And
the
he gets
Raiders
the
are gonna lose this
touchdown!
one.
OK Boomer. He said to the
10-4
guy who was
dinosaur.
born after him.
10-4 dinosaur.
Oof.
I said to the dude that's like 2 months older than me.
Oh god, there's 2 minutes left. We're only up by 3. But the Broncos have the ball.
Dude, did you hear about Offset's birthday?
No.
What Cardi B got him as a present?
Please tell me it was an indentured servant.
Alright, so for Offset's birthday, Cardi B didn't know what the fuck to get him. And honestly, I wouldn't know what the fuck to get him either. He's rich and he has cars and he's got pretty much anything that he could want. He could just buy. So what she got him was like $300,000. She just gave it to him. Plus, like, oh, sorry, birthday right there. You might want to edit that out. She got him like $3,000 or $300,000, and like the nicest refrigerator you can buy, full of food. So like that's kind of a weird present, you know, refrigerator. But like it's a nice refrigerator, you know, you can just put it in your kitchen or something. But the dude fucking took the refrigerator back. He returned it, but kept all the food in it. Like, it's kind of an ass move, you know what I'm saying?
That's pretty cool.
But at the same time, he doesn't really need the refrigerator. He's probably already got a really good one because he's rich as fuck. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
what kind of rich motherfucker wouldn't have a good refrigerator?
Like, answers in the comments. Is Future in the wrong here? Or is he right for returning the refrigerator? And Cardi's just a stupid bitch. Like, why would you get a refrigerator for your millionaire husband? I mean, Offset, not Future. I was watching Rick and Morty and they were talking about Future on it. In the latest...
No, you go.
In the not the latest, the second to latest Rick and Morty episode, it's like a dragon and he hoards shit that's like valuable, and there's a Future album on vinyl, and he's like, oh, it's a Future. Rick goes, oh, a Future album, nice. He's like, look at it closer. The dragon says to it, he's like, oh, it's signed. He's like, closer. He like puts his finger across it and he like licks it. He's like, oh my god, Future signed this album in Molly and Percocets. It was a funny episode.
Yeah,
that episode's all about the slut dragons.
As all episodes should be. No,
if you don't watch
Broncos...
Rick and Morty, watch Rick and Morty.
I really need to. The Broncos were, they had the ball with 2 minutes remaining in the game, and then it was 4th down. They go for the field goal. They make the field goal, but I touched them. So they're like, oh, we'll just take the flag. Not take the 3 points, but take a first down. Yes, but they'll take the first down, and guess what happens? They get fucking picked off.
Ha! Got him!
Honestly.
Please nuts moment of the game. Brought to you by Net. Ha! Got him! What would you like to talk about next, sir?
Oh my god, I know what I can talk about. The fucking score on the bottom of the screen is Green Bay 17, Chicago Bears 21. That would never happen.
That's unrealistic. We don't lose to the Bears, and when we do, it's because injuries.
Or bullshit.
Exactly. I mean, even with injuries, sometimes we beat them. Like last year, first game of the season, they injured Rodgers, he played through the game, and shit on him.
I guess we could talk about football currently.
We could, and then after that we could review TLC. Have you watched TLC?
Yes, I used it to fall asleep last night.
Nice. What? That was actually a pretty good pay-per-view.
I mean, it started off hot, and then from there it was kind of all downhill.
I don't know, I liked it. But the main event apparently was cut short because Kairi Sane got injured.
Yeah, that would do it.
I can't believe that was the main event. When they ended it, they were like, that's the show tonight. I was like, wait, what?
Speaking of endings, the game has ended now because the Raiders have won 36-26. GG. This,
nice.
you know, considering this was 15-minute quarters, this went really fucking fast.
I was gonna say, that seemed like it was really fast.
It skipped a lot of shit. Made me play some defense for no reason.
Does that mean this episode's over?
Hell no!
Oh, hell yeah. We got a double feature for you today.
Yay, yay!
Yay, yay! So since we're already talking about TLC, might as well talk about that first.
Yes, but we gotta wait until I put my headset back on my head. Because I told you how I gotta wear 2 headsets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of them just fell off. But first, the cancer kid says, "You are the best. I can't believe you won. And you look good out there. You have no idea what you've done for me. If you went out there and bombed, I'd never hear the end of it." XP boost of 1,000. Nice.
Big oof. The cancer kid.
I mean, yeah, she's wearing a pink beanie, and it's like, come on, bro.
Could you score 4 touchdowns for me in one game?
View message from somebody. Chris Jones, defensive tackle.
Chris Jericho is your defensive
QB.
tackle?
Yes.
Oh, is it
And he's from Winnipeg, you idiot!
Player? Is it an X Factor player message?
Yes. It's you and me this week, QB, and I'm licking my cocks, I mean chops, because I own everything between the hash marks, including you. Do I praise him, intimidate him, or disrespect him?
Disrespect his ass.
Alright. You shouldn't waste time texting me, dude. Get your financial planner on the phone. Because when I'm done with you, you'll be lucky to have a job next week. Who am I, Seth Rollins on Twitter? Dude, I'm Seth Rollins on Twitter. Get your financial planner on the phone.
You're super hot fire.
And then he says, you talk a big game, man. Let's see if you can back it up.
You just ended that man's whole career.
Oof. Beat Chris Jones' Chiefs. Team must accumulate 150 rushing yards minimum and score 2 rushing touchdowns minimum. Fuck.
Super hot fire. I spit that. 2.5 Men. I watched that. Sweet dollar tea from McDonald's. I drink that. But I am not a rapper. So stop asking me questions. So,
but I thought the opening ladder match was fucking awesome.
Was that between the New Day and the Revival?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great match. That was really enjoyable. Both
what
teams
made it really
performed
enjoyable
very
was
well.
that Dash Wilder didn't trip.
Very true. 2 great teams involved in that match. You know, what I was wondering the whole time, though, is at the end of the show, I was like, wow, the show's over already. I was wondering, where was that Bayley versus Lacey Evans match? I thought that was supposed to happen.
Oh my god, you're right.
Like, it just disappeared off the card out of nowhere, and nobody mentioned it at all. Like, was Lacey injured or something?
You know, I'm not sure.
I was just surprised. I mean, it really probably wouldn't have added much to the show, but
Yeah.
I
mean,
like,
they could have added more product
what the fuck
placement for
happened?
KFC or for Supercard or for any of the other 80s sponsors on that
show. It would have been nice if Brock actually defended his title, but that's too much to ask.
Yeah.
You know, one of the dudes sitting at that KFC table was the jobber from 205 Live in, like, the flaming, like, Bam Bam outfit that faced DJ
that was
Z.
him?
Yeah. I recognized him immediately. I was like, oh my god, that's the dude that everybody was chanting burn it down for.
Or Bam Bam Jr. or some shit.
Yeah. Or let's go Bam Bam.
That's another thing we should talk about. Going to SmackDown Live. Or Friday Night
Never
SmackDown.
pay $500 for ringside tickets unless you are in the very front row.
Agreed.
And pray to God that you're not next to some drunk idiots, because they'll cheer some stupid shit and they'll just be annoying the whole night and you'll just want to blow your brains out, like Kurt Cobain style.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I guess he didn't really blow his own brains out. Courtney Love killed him, but they'll never let us actually know that for real. They'll always just tell us that Cobain killed himself. But yeah, we went, so, for anyone that doesn't know, me and your other host here, Alex, Mr. Balls of Glory 69, went to SmackDown recently at the Fiserv Forum, and we were second row hard cam side. If you go back and watch it, I'm the guy wearing the parrot shirt.
You don't need to point us out, though.
I'm gonna point myself out.
Alright, well that really narrows it down. To like,
so I'm
who
guy
I
wearing
am.
the parrot shirt. So, we're at the event and, like, there's a kid next to me and there were some drunk dudes in front of us.
Wow, you're really painting
a
great picture for people to find us.
Well, I'm just saying, it wasn't very enjoyable because of the kid and the drunk dudes.
Well, and those, just in general, at WWE events, seats are so
no
fucking
pyro.
tight.
No pyro either. That was the worst thing.
The worst thing, you're right. Opening show pyro.
We had no room to move either. Those seats are all zip tied together. And they're just folding chairs, zip tied together. So you literally have no room. I can't even imagine if there was a fat dude in our row, we would have been fucked.
Like, he literally would have been fucking us. It's that tight. It's like a monster.
He would have taken up like 2 seats at least. He would have had to put one cheek on each chair.
Damn.
I ain't even kidding. It was tight. The matches weren't that great either.
No, they were quick.
They're pretty good, but yeah, they were all pretty short. It was mostly segments. We were pretty much just sitting there watching the Tron.
Ali and Gable, by far.
That was a good match, but I think that Heavy Machinery versus Nakamura and Cesaro was better.
Oh, for sure. I can see that.
But that other match I would definitely say was second best. So yeah, in general, just don't ever spend money on ringside seats unless it's like a pay-per-view or something, or a card where you know there's gonna be like a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah, no,
some shit.
We had a dark match.
Unless you're very first row.
That was very underwhelming.
Yeah, it was like a 5-minute tables match between The Fiend and The Miz. And we didn't even know it was a tables match. We were just told The Miz would face The Fiend, and then they got the table out, and then They're like, why is the referee not in the ring this whole match? And then Fiend put the Miz to the table in like 3 minutes. And they're like, that's the match. And I was like, are you kidding me? You made me sit through 205 Live for that garbage?
Yeah, I will say this. 205 Live is not what it used to be. It's definitely a run out of star power.
Not at all.
Badly, and the matches
shit,
are not
it
that
is
good
bad
anymore.
now.
Well, like,
They
back
need
when
to just-
Mustafa and Cedric and Murphy were there, you know, that was fucking cool. Now it's just like
The
this.
I gotta say one thing. The wrestlers on 205 Live are fantastic. There's just no heat or popularity or anything behind them because nobody watches 205 Live.
Absolutely.
They should move the cruiserweight division completely to NXT. Or they should just integrate it on Raw and SmackDown like it used to be back in the mid-2000s. I mean, I know the cruiserweight title was kind of a joke, but like, if you actually take it seriously this time, it could actually work.
Yeah, and then give it enough time for matches and like
Or just
build up
get
proper
rid of the
feuds.
cruiserweight division. Or just get rid of the cruiserweight division in general and let them wrestle everybody else because they're just as good as the heavyweights.
Fucking true.
Like, Drew Gulak could easily be a world champion.
But instead, he's fucking doing PowerPoint presentations.
Oh my god, this is the biggest travesty going in WWE. I
And-
hope they don't ever have him do a PowerPoint ever again.
Oh, and even, it wasn't even the pre-show. It was just like the special match, like before the actual show started. It was Drew Gulak losing to fucking Kalisto, and I'm just like, bruh.
Yeah.
He's not even
That was
the
actually a
main
pretty
card.
decent match, though. But, like, yeah, I can't believe that. I was like, oh my god. These guys should be on the main show. Kalisto is, like, in my mind, he's on Rey Mysterio levels of luchadorness. Like, he's really good.
He does good lucha things, for sure.
And Drew Gulak is, like, Benoit 2.0 minus the killing his family.
Alright, I feel like I'm gonna have to edit that part out.
You don't have to edit that part out. I'm just saying, he reminds me of Benoit. He's a really good technical
As a
wrestler.
very methodical,
He's
technical
undersized. He's got good charisma, but as far as I know, Gulak hasn't killed anybody. But as far as I
things
know,
that are killing me
I don't
on the
know if
inside.
Benoit has either.
Speaking of things that are killing me on the inside, there was a score at the bottom of the screen for week 2 that said the Packers lost to the fucking Vikings by like 15 points. I'm just like, bruh. If I lived in this universe,
You know what?
I would want to die.
That's a good segue. Let's stop talking about wrestling and start talking about the NFL and the current state of affairs in the National Football League.
Yes, and there's a lot to talk about, and there's going to be even more to talk about after
Like the Patriots
the Super Bowl.
and their cheating.
Oof.
Patriots were caught cheating again, filming coaches on the sidelines of the Bengals. Like, if you gotta cheat to beat the Bengals, who have one win the entire season, which they did end up beating them, you suck. And honestly, I think they did cheat because they played like shit the first half against the Bengals, and then all of a sudden after halftime, it was like at halftime they all sat around and watched the video of Bengals coaches, and they're like, all right, they're gonna call this play, this play, this play, this play, this play, and they're like, okay, we know exactly what they're gonna do. Let's go dominate them, and that's pretty much what happened. The Patriots need some serious consequences. This is like the fucking, I don't even know, the nth time they've been caught cheating in the last 10 years. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm sick of it. They got a draft pick taken away once. Oh, big whoop, boo-hoo. They still have one of the best teams. They need to be banned from the playoffs for a season. Or they need to suspend Bill Belichick from coaching for a season or something. Like Sean Payton was suspended from
Or
coaching
Take care of
on
Tom
the
Brady's
on the
defense.
Saints. Like They suspended Sean Payton when he was coaching the Seahawks or the Saints for some shit. I don't even remember what it was. But they've never suspended Belichick. Like,
Damn.
you can't say that he didn't know. He definitely knew. And the Patriots have gotten away with cheating so many times this decade. It's not even funny.
So if the Patriots aren't your favorite on the AFC, I wonder who is.
The Bills, who are also in the same division as the Patriots. And I hope the Bills take a massive
division is
dump.
not the North. Because I thought both those teams were in the AFC North, and I was like, my friend here was like, no, not at all.
The AFC East. And the Bills have a serious chance at taking that division still.
They just
I hope they dump
on
the most massive dump on the Patriots' chest next week. And then they have to beat, oh shit, who do they face? I think they faced I want to say the Jets in the last game of the season, but I don't want to look like an idiot.
Look like an idiot. There ain't no webcam here.
Sound like an idiot. Yeah, they faced the Jets in the last week of the season. So they face New England at Gillette Stadium next week. Well, this weekend. And I honestly think the Bills have a serious chance of winning that. And if they win that game and they beat the Jets, they will take the division because they have a better conference record than the Patriots do. But even if they don't take the division, I'd still be proud of the Bills for having 11 wins, because they're going to beat the Jets. They're not the Cowboys. They're not going to lose to the Jets.
Oof.
Speaking of the Cowboys, holy shit, what a bad season for such a good team.
Yeah, no kidding. They really blew it.
They have been so bad this season. They seriously need to replace Jason Garrett. He's terrible coach for that team. He's basically Jerry Jones's puppet. He just does whatever Jerry tells him to so that Jerry can take the credit.
Oof.
Honestly, the Cowboys will be better off when Jerry Jones sells the team. Or dies, whichever comes first. Like, just looking at the Cowboys season so far, they lost to the Saints without Drew Brees. And then they lost to the Packers, who, even though they got a good record this year, I'd say the Packers haven't played very well. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, well, I did go to the best game they had this season, which was against the Raiders. Like, I was at that game in Lambeau, and that was a good game. But that was literally the highlight of this.
Yeah, and the Raiders aren't very good either.
Yeah, no, but that was their most convincing win this season. Otherwise, it's been very close.
It really was.
Like,
and the one time we faced like a top like 5 team, the Niners, we got destroyed.
Yeah.
Albeit it was on the West Coast, and the Packers always play bad on the West Coast. That's why we got shit on by the Chargers.
No, it's
but after the Cowboys lost to the Packers, they lost to the Jets of all people.
That's a Monka-S right there. Can we get a Monka-S in the comment section for the Cowboys, please?
They let Sam Darnold go 23 for 32, throwing for 338 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he only threw 1 interception against the Cowboys, bro. Like, if you let Sam Darnold look like a good quarterback against you, you know you've got some defensive issues. They've just been such an inconsistent team this year. They lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Bills and the Bears even. How do you, like, I don't even know how to say it. How do you dominate the Eagles and get close to beating the Vikings and then get absolutely shit on by the Bears?
Yes. Just yes.
How do you destroy the Rams so hard that they want to die but get shit on by the Bears?
Yeah, I'm sure Clay Matthews was thinking some bad thoughts when he lost.
Oh man, when I saw Clay during the middle of that game, he went for a strip on the runner and he just completely missed the ball. I was like, oh my god, man, I so wish you were still with the Packers.
Yeah, that was a big money mistake.
I don't know, man. He's really not been that productive these past couple seasons. What about the Cowboys? They still have a chance of making the playoffs. They could take the division. It pretty much comes down to their next game. They got the Eagles. It's in Dallas. They win, they're pretty much in. They lose, they're pretty much out.
And it's like, even by being
the
horrible,
NFC,
they still get in.
The NFC East is, to put it lightly, dreadful this year. And they beat the Eagles, they're pretty much in. Their last game of the season against the Redskins. But if the Eagles beat the Cowboys, then the Eagles are pretty much in, because their last game of the season against the fucking New York Football Giants. And nobody fucking loses to the New York Football Giants. I actually heard a guy on ESPN call him that. They were like, yeah, I think we've seen Eli Manning play his final home game for the New York Football Giants. And I was like, excuse me, they're actually called that?
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the East is like the division where everybody's like, no, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. The North, Packers, Vikings could still take the division. Next game is Packers in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
very
a
important game.
factor.
It's not even, to be honest.
Well,
Packers have
one
better.
of those teams.
Well, even if the Packers lose, as long as they win the last game of the season, which I believe is against the Lions. Yeah, it's against the Lions. We'll still take the division because we have a better division record than Minnesota does. We're 4-0 in the division currently, and Minnesota is 2-2. So if they beat us, we'd move to 4-1, and they'd move to 3-2. So even if we lost to them and won the last game, we'd have a better division record than them. So we'd still win the division,
Well,
and
here's
Minnesota would be a wild card.
Week 2's game ends between the Chiefs and Raiders, 59-70. GG Raiders,
Jesus
you're now
Christ.
2-0.
That is like the highest scoring game in NFL history.
Yeah, that's whew.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we really shit on that Chris Jones dude.
The Saints have the South locked up. There's no chance they could lose it now.
Nope.
Nobody else in that division could get a wild card. Even the Falcons have been an interesting team this year. They've lost a lot of games, and the only games they've won have pretty much only been against good teams. It makes no sense.
Nope.
Like, they beat the Eagles, they beat the Saints, the Panthers, they beat the Panthers twice, actually, and they beat the fucking 49ers last week. Like,
Chris Jones.
how the fuck do you beat the goddamn 49ers?
Yeah, right. Chris Jones is acting all humble now. Hey, yo, good game, dude. Not much else I can say. You played well enough to win, and I gotta give you credit for it. Yeah, that's a dude. 1,000 plus XP and 250 XP for the entire offensive line. Nice.
Alright, so before we end this one off, this episode, how long has this one been?
We're going on 40 minutes, so I think that's pretty good. Also, I kind of need to use the bathroom, so.
Alright, so before we go, real quick, who's taking the NFC West, Seattle or San Francisco? Whichever one doesn't take it will get a wild card spot. But who do you think's taking it?
I think the 49ers. They've just had like a really good season. So it's like if they if
I
they
mean,
fucking don't, like that's hilarious. You know?
I really think it's all going to come down to the last game of the season. Those two teams will face off against each other, and I believe it'll really determine the season. They have the
Yeah.
same division record right now. They have the same conference record right now. I think it's going to come down to that last game of the season. Whoever wins it is going to take the division.
Yeah, it'll be tight.
It's going to be tight. Just like the New Day likes it. Keep it tight.
Yee. Alright, well, we'd like to thank you all for listening to whatever the fuck this was. We talked about the NFL, and we talked about premium Snapchats, wrestling, a lot of wrestling talk. Um, there was a Benoit reference in there somewhere. You know, what
Yes,
did
there
you?
was.
I just want to thank you all for listening to. What did you call this at the beginning?
Oh, oh, the. Thank you all for tuning in to the Smelly Anus Podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Dylan, I don't know if you'll
Thanks
be
for
here, but
having me on,
honestly,
bro.
this will not be the last time because this was fucking hilarious. So,
Thanks for having me on. I love being the guest.
the what? I think his batteries died. We're gonna wait until he gets back.
Find outro.
What?
What was the last thing you heard me say?
I was happy to be the get.
Ah, yeah, see, my controller turned off when I was trying to outro.
Ah,
Are you still recording?
yes.
Alright, so I was happy to be the guest this week. And, it was a lot of fun. We had a nice, good talk there. And, who knows? Maybe I'll be a guest a couple more times. Who knows what's going to happen? You never know what's going to happen on the Smelly Anus Podcast, bro.
You really
That's
don't.
not the official name. That's not the official
I'm
name.
tempted to go get that trademarked, honestly, because that sounds really good. That sounds like a real eye-catching title.
As of right now, the official name is still the Madden 20 podcast thingy.
Yeah.
So you just never know what's gonna happen. You never know who's gonna show up, man. It's like a box
President
of surprises.
Trump could show up next week. Who fucking knows?
That's
That's
not
wanna
gonna
know
happen.
how?
But
You want to know how you can
it's a
find
box
out
of
who shows
surprises,
up?
bro.
Yeah, you just
Tune
gotta
in.
you just gotta subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you'll be notified.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button to Balls of Glory
Hit
69.
that little
Hit that
bell.
hit that notification bell to get notified when all his videos go live. And tune in next time for the next Madden 20 podcast thingy / Smelly Anus podcast.
And
Keep
find out
it
next
tight.
time.
Keep it dynastic. It's time. Take the intro, brother. Or the
And-
outro, brother.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Thank you, everyone. Love you.
Find
Goodbye.
out next time on Dragon Ball Z.